G'day everyone, Envy here, and we're back with some more MTG Arena. Today, we are playing Standard and we are playing Archon Control. In the absence of Uru, the Omnath decks still run rampant, and the real issue I've been seeing to counter there is the fact that they have so much mana they can play so many cards per turn, and so I've decided to go a different strategy of preventing them from doing anything. So what we're using is the new card from Zendikar Rising called Archon of Emeria. This beautiful creature has the amazing ability. There's two amazing abilities. First, each player can't cast more than one spell each turn, so they can only play one spell. And non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tap, which means lands that, if you're versing multicolored decks, means there's lands will always come in tapped no matter what. This non-basic lands also includes the choice lands. I don't know what you call those lands from Zendikar, where you can pick which color they are, and even things like the castles, temples, even things like Failed Passage and stuff will come in tapped, meaning that it's very much slowing them down so we can take advantage of that. And we're using a lot of other control elements as well. So let's take a look. So I've started off with 3 Illicit of Life's Bounties. This is an enchantment creature. It gives protection, and we are running a very enchantment sort of theme. And also the reason why I want Illicit into here, I want a way to protect Archon of Emeria, because that's pretty much our win condition, is to slow our opponent down. We have a lot of value spells that we can play on our turn, and counter spells we can play on our opponent's turn. Since they only can cast one spell each turn, if we counter that spell, then they're done. There's nothing else they can do, which is really good for us. So Life's Bounty is great protection, and it's an enchantment to trigger our Archon of Sun's Grace. We're running 4 the Birth of Meletus to help us ramp, get some blockers, and gain some life. It's also an enchantment which will trigger the Archon's ability to make more Pegasuses as well. 3 Confounding Conundrum. This is an interesting card. It's also from Zendikar Rising, so basically when it enters the battlefield we have to draw a card. Nothing too shabby there, but whenever a land enters the battlefield under opponent's control, if they player had another land enter the battlefield control, they have to return a land they control to their hand. So this card is pretty good. The fact that they can't just stick a whole bunch of lands and keep them all, they have to, every time a land's battlefield, after the first land, they have to bounce another one back. So they kind of end up with, if they put 4 lands down, after they put the other one, they have to put 4 back, which means they really aren't advancing too much. Only problem is this can bring back lands that, say they choose a land that they've chosen as a white land, and they can bring it back and choose as a black land. So there is some cool shenanigans you can do with this as well. But I like it just to stop the landfall decks, not to stop them really, just to slow them down enough that we can catch back up with the amount of huge advantage that they gain through landfall, that we can curb that a little bit. Running 4 Lofty Denial. Since most of our creatures are flying, it's a great counterspell. For 2 mana, we'll slow down big stuff, so it's really good to have. Lofty Denial, awesome counterspell. 4 Archon of Emeria, which stops opponents from casting more than one spell each turn, and stopping non-basic lands from coming in untapped. 3 Banishing Light for removing problem planeswalkers or creatures from the field that we didn't get to counter. So maybe they slipped under our counterspell, so they had more mana left up, and we're like, oh, can't counter, but then our turn we can banish it away, and it goes away either way. 4 Neutralize. I feel like Neutralize is probably one of the best counterspells there is. I mean, we do have Essence Scatter and Neutralize, both in standard at the moment, but they are very specific of creature and non-creature spells, respectively. Whereas Neutralize, although it costs 3 mana, can counter any target spell, and they don't have to pay a mana cost, which means it just counters it altogether. In a time when we've got many things, our opponents are not playing spells, we can always cycle it to draw cards as well. So it serves a dual purpose. So I feel like Neutralize is probably one of the best counter spells there is. 4 Archon of Sun's Grace. It has flying and lifelink, and every time an enchantment enters the battlefield under control, we get a 2/2 white Pegasus creature token with flying, but also will have lifelink as long as Archon of Sun's Grace is on the battlefield. And since most of our things on the field are enchantments, we do get a bit of value out of this. We're running 2 Shadow the Sky to be used in situations where our opponent is real outvalued us and we need to level the playing field. We keep an Archon of Emeria in our hand, we Shadow the Sky, that we play Archon and basically reset the battlefield. If they don't have point removal, we can just slow them down indefinitely. Unless we're versing black or red, we're pretty much in a good spot. 3 Elspeth Conquers Death to remove big stuff. This is to get rid of Omnath. Essentially, it's just to exile him. So it means they can't get him back. It would have been great to exile Uru a long time ago, but since Uru is not in the battle in the game anymore, we don't really worry about that. We're just taking out the big stuff pretty fast. We can also get back our creatures that we lose. And lastly, to finish off the curve, 2 Dream Trawler, pretty much our win condition. If we have a lot of cards in our hand, which we probably will, with Emeria, since we're only playing 1 card per turn, and Dream Trawler draws this card each turn, it means that we will essentially always have stuff to give it hexproof. And essentially, if they don't have a board wipe, which we can obviously counter with our counter spells, we can essentially just keep winning and outcompete our opponent. As for the land and the mana base, we are running 24 lands. We're running 1 Castle Ardenvale, 8 Plains, 1 Castle Ventress, 6 Islands, 4 Temple of Alignment, and 4 Fable Passage to help round out the mana. The deck is super fun. It works really well against the current standard, and versing Omnath decks, it really just kind of beats them, because they really don't, if they get stuff out, that's all they can do. They can do 1 thing per turn. So I really like it. But anyway, enough talking about it. Let's go play some standard games and see how we can do with our Archon control. Alright, here we go. We're going to see if we can control our opponent. Now, going first, always interesting. Alright, I'm going to keep this hand. And we're going to search for a Plains, because I need that for Life's Bounty. And there we go, Island, Castle Ventress, and turn 3 Archon. Beautiful. That's what I want to see. Find that Plains. Awesome. Alright, Selfless Savior, not a bad way to start the game. Alright, let's have Life's Bounty, away we go. And pass turn. Ooh, Speaker of the Heavens. Interesting. Alright. Alright, my turn. Glorious. I'll go Ventress. I'll play Archon. And we will... No attacks. Pass turn. Alright, good. Now he's limited to 1 spell per turn. And that is it. He can only do 1 spell per turn. And he's kind of in trouble. And he scoops. Beautiful. That's what we want to see. Excellent. Alrighty, everybody. Game 2. Let's see how we can do. Oh, opponent is going first. But I've got starting, which is pretty good. I have protection, ramp, and removal and counter. So even though I don't start with an Archon, I still will keep this hand. Because I feel like it kind of... it can hold its own. Especially the removal part is pretty good. So I'll start with the Plains. We'll go Bounty. And we'll go from there. Let's see what our opponent plays. Okay, he didn't play... Lucky Club. Okay, so we've... Ooh. I'm kind of... Do I want to hold for Lofty Denial? No, I think we search. I think we get up there. Elsafonka's Death is really good and way worth the trouble. So versing Adventures. Ooh, Cobra. Well, we're definitely going to Banishing Light Cobra away. I can't counter that spell, but I can, however, Banishing Light and take away Lotus Cobra. Get rid of that, because we do not want that on the field. And let's see if he won't block this, because he won't let Edgewall Ink it. Oh, he's going to let it die. Cool, I got more cards than you. Evolving Wilds, interesting. Alright, he's passing, or is he going to play something? Oh, beautiful. I'm going to play my blue, and I'm going to pass my turn now that we're in a good spot for countering, so we can counter if he utilizes more of his... if he uses up all his mana, we'll play Lofty Denial. If not, we can go Neutralize. And I'm pretty happy. We can play Elsa Conquers Death if he does manage to slip past our ranks. So, we'll be alright. Let's see what he does, though. He's doing nothing? Sweet, sounds good to me. I will go with you. And I will actually Go find a blue land so I can actually neutralize I can actually counter 2 spells next turn. And we'll pass the turn, since this is not big enough to remove with Elspeth Conquers Death. Go for it. Go. He's actually running 4 color. Oh, this is 4 color Omnath. Ah, I see what's going on. I know what he's. I know what you're doing. You want to get Well, let's go. Let's go find ourselves a. I'm gonna search another blue because I can always find the white ones later. So just gonna pass turn. We now have 2 counter spells in our hand. What's he gonna do? That is where we neutralize Omnath. We do not allow Omnath to exist in this world for any reason. He must not be allowed to exist. I am going to play my Plains, and I'll play my Archon of Sun's Grace. Now we've got something on the field. I can still counter should he decide to play something really big. If I counter with Omnath, he'll pay 1 and he'll keep Omnath on the field. But even if he does, he'll draw a card and we can remove it next turn. No, I think we let this be because I can't. It would be a waste of my It would be a waste of a counter spell. This, however, is what we counter. He still gets 1 land, but we're going to remove Omnath with Elspeth Conquers Death next turn. So he will get to gain some life. Glorious. I'm going to Elspeth Conquers Death, and we'll take away the Omnath. So goodbye Omnath. We'll gain ourselves a Pegasus, and I will attack for 3 and gain 3 life. What we need to worry about is... Oh, he used it all. Yes. Nice. That was beautiful. That went really well. Now I'm kind of worried because he could have another one. So, like, I'm sort of... Oh, Archon of Miria. Oh, that's really good. The question is... I'm going to play it. The question is, do you think he has another Archon? I mean, another Ugin. Because if he has another Ugin, we're out of cards and he can exile, but it will kill his Ugin if he has another Ugin. He didn't have it. Beautiful. Glorious. I will go and choose. Yep. Well, he's the only one I can. Only one I can get. Glorious. And we'll play Archon of Miria. So he can only play 1 spell. And let's all attack him. Draw a card. Hopefully it's a counterspell. Oh, it's another Archon. That's not a counterspell. You know? But we can give him Hexproof. And all we need to do is make sure he doesn't draw an Ugin next turn. The only thing that can stop us if he draws Ugin. Or Genesis Ultimatum. Oh, no. Not necessarily. Depends on what he gets. Please don't hit Ugin. Please don't hit Ugin. Please don't hit Ugin. Oh, he didn't hit Ugin. Oh my. Thank the good dude. Now we can just swing over with Dream Trawler. I don't think he's got enough to take us all out. And he can't play any more spells. So, Archon's out. And that's game. Beautiful. OG names are for chumps. Alright, that's cool. I can live with that. Going first. Ooh, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I might go for it because I might keep this. I got Conundrum. So, you know, what's the worst that can happen? I think we'll just go with the Island to start off with. Alright, that's always favourable when they have play Evolving Wilds turn 1. We'll go the Plains, and I will play Confounding Conundrum. I would like to get a white land. He's going to sack, that's fine. We'll get to draw a card. If we can hit another Plains, we'll be in a really nice spot because we can play our bigger spells. Oh, Archon is beautiful. Play that next turn. Awesome. Super great. Ah, beautiful. I'm very happy he played Wind Robber. We'll play Ventress. I will play Archon of Emeria, which I don't think he will have a counter, but he might not have a counter, but he will probably have removal spells. Still, I'll say this, a removal spell against Archon of Emeria is a removal spell they don't use against me. So... Yep. Oh, man, he hit a Plains. Oh, but on the plus side, we do manage to get ourselves a Plains. Glorious. Beautiful, which means we can have Sungrace next turn, and then we can also Elspeth Conquers Death and kill something. And then also Dream Trawler. Beautiful. Yep, Wind Robber's going to hit us, and we'll mill one card for us. That's unfortunate. Neutralize would have been a really good card. Ah, Nighthawk Scavenger. Alright, interesting. Let's go with the Sun's Grace, because we're going to Dream Trawler, not Dream Trawler, we're going to Elspeth Conquers Death, that thing next turn. And then the turn after we can play Dream Trawler or Archon. Assuming Archon and Sun's Grace does not die. Ooh. Oof, big oof. Oh, on the plus side, on the positive side, Elspeth Conquers Death hits the battlefield, which will take away the Nighthawk Scavenger. And now we are in a super nice position because, I'll take that. We can put Dream Trawler down next turn, and even if it dies and he destroys it, we'll get it back even stronger. So I'm not worrying too much. Archon will go down. Very nice. I'm going to play Dream Trawler. I don't know whether he have a counterspell on his hand. Maybe he does. He might do. Oh, that's a Thief. That's not the counterspell. I'll play my Island, and I will pass turn. Sure, I can block stuff now, so I'm happy. He's going for the mill strategy, so that's cool. My turn. Awesome. Banishing Light, that's a good card. And I will definitely be getting my Sun's Grace back with the +1/+1 counter. Let's go Banishing Light, and I'll take out Soaring Thought Thief. Now, he either has a counterspell right now, or he doesn't. And we can kind of sit now. And we're not going to let that happen. Sorry, sorry, my friend, but I do need Banishing Light on the field to take out Soaring Thought Thief. Unless you got another counterspell in your hand. Unfortunately, you do not. Goodbye, Thought Thief, and I will get a little Pegasus to help me out. Beautiful. And that's you gone. Glorious. Combat. We'll send Dream Trawler out for a spin. Now we're 5/5. Ah, beautiful. I can always discard the island if they try and kill it. Blockers, you're going to do it? I would block if I were you. I still gain 5 life, so I'm in a happy spot. Now, he can play more than one spell per turn, but next turn he will not be so lucky. That's fine by me. Less things for me to worry about. I'm at a position now that I do have enough lands that I really don't mind losing any lands. So I'm okay with how it's turned out. I can block his stuff. If he tries to, I'm just going to go activate the ability. I'll discard my island, give it hexproof so it doesn't die. I need to make sure this thing survives. So double hexproof. He hasn't gotten. He has not gotten. Can't do it again, so it doesn't matter. I bet he didn't think I could double hexproof. I did lose another Archon of Emeria, but you know. Oh, that's cool. I can use that later. What's that? Is that 3 Archons down? Oh well. I think we'll swing with both, and we'll leave the Pegasus as a blocker. Draw another card. Oh, good. We'll discard Fatal Passage. Beautiful. I like it. He's going to block and then just draw a card. Go for it, man. Yep, that's fine. Sure, I'll still gain 4 life, and you'll take 4 damage. And he scoops. That's fine. Alright, Ancient Zendikar. Going first, that's alright, I can live with this hand. We'll start with the island and a list of Life's Bounty to begin with. No turn to play, but we do have setting up Banishing Light and Archon of Sun's Grace. Black. Ooh, Archfiend's Vessel. That's always an interesting card. I've always found that be an interesting card. So I'm just going to pass turn since I don't really want this to be a problem. If he attacks, we'll just let it go. No, he's not going to. Okay, so here's the question. Do I want to play the Banishing Light? I don't think I do right now, because I don't really need to. So let's just... Oh, that would be nice. I'd like that next turn. So let's pass turn with that. If not, we can next turn play Archon of Sun's Grace and try and bait out some destruction spells. Right now, the Vessel's not really doing anything that I don't like. Woe Strider, however, I will want to get rid of. Okay, so that's going to be that's an exiling one right there. Most likely he'll just sack his Archfiend Vessel. Alright, well, problem is that he can sacrifice stuff to get things back. So what we'll do is I'm going to try and set myself up first with the Sun's Grace. He'll sack his goat to scry. Because here's my plan. Here's what I'm thinking. Archon would be great to play. It really would. But if he's got removal in his hand, he's going to go straight for Archon, because all his spells are very low cost, meaning that he can play a lot of spells. So I'm not going to attack. Archon can definitely block Woe Strider. Here's the thing, if he decides to sack it, he must have a way of getting it back, and then we can exile that. Which is great for me. So he didn't find what he wanted. I expect Archon to die. Ooh, that didn't die. He must have... Oh. That's fine. Interesting, he didn't kill Archon. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, well, let's go Banishing Light. And we'll take away Woe Strider away from him. So, bye Woe Strider. And I'll get a Pegasus. And I'll play another Life's Bounty. Trigger and get another Pegasus, so it's pretty good. He can't attack for anything because he's got he's got an enchantment on him. It's not fun. Ooh, zombies get... Is that a zombie? It's a human cleric. Interesting. Alright, we might be in a good spot now. Yep, definitely. Here we go. Archon of Emeria, so he can only do 1 spell each turn, and we can protect Archon with our bounties. Here we go, we're in a good spot now. I can just slowly grind him away with my lifelink Pegasus. You only play 1 spell each turn, and if he tries to take out the Archon, we can just protect the Archon. Sure, he plays Vessel, but that's all he can do. Are you going to attack me? I wonder if he's thinking if he's pretty screwed or not. Because while you can play your Vessel, you can't play anything else. With Emira on the field, you're not doing anything. And I get to sit here with my Shadow of the Sky in case you do take out my field. Hey, you take out my field, I take out yours. Mutually assured destruction. I could also, next turn, if I don't play anything, I can always just Arden Veil. Oh, Elspeth Conquers Death. That is nice. Do I want to do that, though? Doesn't matter, because he scoops. Alright, Rick Diaz. Hopefully another Archon combo. I'm going first. This is not bad. Start with the Enlightenment and see what I'm going to find. A land is beautiful. I will absolutely be taking that. Thank you very much. Alright, well, that's always interesting. Let's go with the island. Let's go Miletus. And let's go find some lands. Beautiful. I like the plains. I like Arden Vale. And now I have enough mana to do lots of cool stuff. Improbable Alliance. Well, let's take that away. Actually, let's go Archon of Emeria first. You have to try and get rid of this one. And if not... People really don't like Archon. People just don't like it a lot. Hey everybody, welcome back. So what we've learned today is people do not like Archon of Emeria because it just slows them down really badly and they're not big fans. But anyway, I think the deck worked out really quite well. I think the Uru being gone has neutered, not completely stopped, but kind of just slowed down the Omnath decks just a smidge. I wouldn't say they're dead, I'd just say they haven't even been kneecapped. They've kind of been, you've kind of just shoved them back a little bit. And they've gone, oh, that was kind of annoying, and then they're getting back up again. So that's my 2 cents on that. But anyway, I feel the deck worked really well. I really enjoy Archon. I think he's a fantastic control card. I like to take him into Historic with some other Historic control cards and really make a good lockdown deck. That could be a lot of fun. But anyway, that was the deck for today. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to keep up to date with all the new decks I am making. I do post a new video every second day, and I apologize for missing a day, but something came up and I just couldn't get to record. Make sure you write down in the comment section below what you liked about the deck, and if you have any suggestions for future decks you'd like me to cover, let me know also. Make sure you hit that notification bell to keep up to date, because YouTube decides sometimes it doesn't want to notify my subscribers that I put new videos up. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all your support, and I will see you all again later. Bye for now, everybody.